Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Sunday celebration here at the Global Truth Center, here to come alive. Welcome. To get us started as one big family, Mindy, Kevin, and Carol. Go for it.
Come on, everyone. Happy Sunday. Everybody, get up on your feet. Come on, see the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Come on now. Everybody, get up on your feet. Come on. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet.
Get up now.
See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. John the Patty, come on. Sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet.
Get up now.
See the light. Everybody you meet. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
Again, welcome, and how are you feeling today? Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Mindy. And again, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Reverend Dr. Eric Overholtzer, and it's my honor to preside over today's service. So thank you for being here. I know there are a couple new people here visiting us for the first time, one visiting from Utah, I believe. Speaking of family, you know, Kiki and I forget your name, Leah grew up as friends, so it sounds like already like you are family. So we'd like to welcome you to our family. And we have a book for you as a gift. Are there any other people visiting us for the first time? Perfect. Well, welcome back then. So we come together as a family to celebrate and to really honor our vision statement, to love only. I have a friend in Vermont, and I remember when I first met him, he was greeting someone who was at a men's retreat out in Joshua Tree, and Yeshua went up to this person and said, "Oh, so great to see you, I love you." And the guy's like, "You don't even know me." You know, it was a little weird, and Yeshua's response rang so clear. He said, "I don't need to know you to love you. To love only." And the second one, to forgive everything. I know Dr. James always like to ask, how's that working out for you right now? There's a lot going on in the world. What I wanted to do is actually share a poem. Actually, it's a prayer by Don Miguel Ruiz. So it's a prayer for forgiveness. So in the spirit of forgive everything, I invite you to ground yourself, feel yourself solid and safe in the chair, feet on the ground, close your eyes, take a deep breath while I share these words. Today, Creator, grant me the courage and the will to forgive the people I love the most. Help me to forgive every injustice I feel in my mind and to love other people unconditionally. I know the only way to heal the pain in my heart is through forgiveness. Today, Creator, strengthen my will to forgive everyone who has ever hurt me, even if I believe the offense is unforgivable. I know that forgiveness is an act of self-love, so help me to love myself so that I can forgive every offense. Let me choose forgiveness because I do not want to suffer every time I remember that offense. Today, Creator, help me to heal all the guilt in my heart by accepting the forgiveness of everyone I may have hurt in my life. Help me to sincerely recognize the mistakes I have made out of ignorance and give me the wisdom and determination to refrain from making the same mistakes. I know that love and forgiveness will transform every relationship in the most positive way. Thank you, Creator, for giving me the capacity to love and to forgive. Today, I open my heart to love and forgiveness. Today, I will enjoy a reunion with the people I love the most. Take a deep breath. Amen. So those are the words of Don Miguel Ruiz. So love only, forgive everything, and then remember who you are. So we come here to remember that right where I am is the divinity of God. I was thinking about this. Years ago, I used to live in downtown Los Angeles in the Arts District. And at the bottom of my building was a restaurant called Church and State. And I used to love going to Church and State. I'd sit at the bar, and they had the most amazing bouillabaisse. I'd go there, and there was this one bartender. Could not remember his name. I knew it was Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John. And that reminds me, it was divine. One of the Gospels, one of those, and I still don't know what his name was. But at this point, to see the divinity in him, whatever the name may be, to see the divinity, whatever political persuasion you stand in, to see the divinity, whether you're gay, straight, trans, unknown, undefined, to see the divinity in everything. So I know that's why I come here, and I would venture to say, I know that that's why many of us come together as one big family to remember the divinity of one another, but most importantly within ourselves. So with that, Robbie, if you can play some nice, pretty music. I want to actually take this, and I'm going to share another reading. So settle in again. These are the words of Rumi. And again, as I was mentioning, there's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot of fear. I work with craftsmen, artisans who are scared to leave their homes in downtown Los Angeles. there are many people that are in fear of church and state, shift in politics and policies. There's a lot of fear, but there's also a field of love that we can step into. Out beyond the ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. Ideas, language, even the phrase each other doesn't seem to make sense. The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. You must dare to ask for what you really want. Don't go back to sleep. People are going back and forth across the door sill where the two worlds touch. The door is round and it is open. Don't go back to sleep. A round door, like a circle, no beginning and no end. There's a portal of peace and love and oneness, present right here, right now, and I will meet you there. And take another deep breath as I invite Carol up from the field into the stream to take us even deeper.
Rolling river god, little stone so smooth, only once the water rushes through. And so I am a stone, rough and grainy still, trying to reconcile this river's chill. But when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know that time brings change, and change takes time. And when the sunset comes, my prayer will be just one, that you might pick me up and notice that I am just a little smoother in your hands. Sometimes raging wild, and sometimes roaring high, but never have I known this river dry. The deepest part of you, that's where I want to stay until my sharpest edges just wash away. But when I close my eyes you might pick me up and notice that I am just a little smoother in your hand. Rolling river God, a little stone so smooth, but only once the water rushes through.
So I'll ask the question again. How are you feeling? Like the water rushing in, all the debris of life, the craggles, the rocks, and yet we move through them. You know, and as we move through, especially in some of the more challenging aspects of life, that's where we get to know ourselves even more. So thank you, Carol. That was beautiful, beautiful. Swan, can I have the next slide? God spoke today in flowers, and I, who was waiting on words, almost missed the conversation. So that's the invitation for today, to drop in. Listen with your eyes, listen with your hearts, listen however you want to be heard, to be seen. Flowers. When I think of this person, I don't know if they're tulips or there's an affection of roses, maybe Gerber daisies, but they're colorful, they're bright. And they inspire me just as this person does. So it's my honor to bring up my little daisy, Reverend Dr. Tiffany Milne, as our inspiration today.
Gerber daisies are my favorite flower.
Oh, good.
But I'm probably a rose because they're beautiful, but they have thorns.
Yeah, and you have thorns as long as you're not a blue carnation.
Definitely not a blue carnation,
Yeah.
yes.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Yes.
You were in Boston with your family?
Yes, I was in Boston for a week, part for work, and then I brought my family, and we got to tour an amazing city. And I just got back yesterday, and here I am.
And here you are.
So I'm not sure what time it is, but I'm here.
Here in the present moment.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
So let's just get started. What the theme for the month is?
Manifest.
Tell us.
You know, it's funny. Normally, when I think about manifest, I think about what do I want? What do I want? The most exciting thing about this teaching, when you really get here and you really start to get it, is that I can have anything that I want, that I can change my conditions with my mind, and that when I become equal to something, anything is possible and I can have it.
Let me interject. So another question. How do you feel about that? Can you repeat that? That you can have anything.
You can have anything you want.
So how does that feel?
Yeah, it's really great.
Plausible? Realistic? Doable? Okay.
But I always think about it, I'm an achiever, right? I've always been an overachiever, and so it's like, what's next? What do I want? Who do I want to be? Who do I need to become to achieve the next thing that I want? And I had this moment when I was in Boston. We were taking a ferry over to Salem to meet my ancestors. I told Lexi, I'm like, we're about to go meet our people. So we're on this ferry, and I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at there's a peace that happens when I'm on the water, the ripples, the movement of the boat, and I'm looking at my son and my daughter and my husband, and I had this moment where I recognized I have it all. I have absolutely everything that I ever wanted. And then I started thinking about, manifestation, and I was like, how did I get it? I remember during my dating years. And I was this fiery person that had so many goals and so much that I wanted to do and this career that was taking off. And I dated a lot of people that wanted me to be different. It was really cute and charming and attractive until they wanted me to be somehow less than in the relationship to allow them to shine. And somehow I manifested this amazing husband that just lets me shine as bright as I want to shine and has never asked me to compromise who I am. And I thought, oh my goodness, I manifested this amazing relationship. And then I was looking at my children who have exceeded any expectation I could ever have imagined for the people that they are and that they've become. But I remember being a little girl and saying, I want a boy and a girl in that order. And I'm looking at my 16-year-old son and my 11-year-old daughter and being like, oh my goodness. And then I remember I had this career where I had to go into the office every day, and it was very tied to where I am, where my physical location. And I remember looking at people who worked remotely and thinking, oh my gosh, to work from home, how amazing. That would be so amazing. And then I looked at people who got to travel for work, and it just seemed so fancy to throw things in a carry-on and be off to Boston for work. And I was like, I work in a career where I am remote, and I'm in Boston for work that I get to go every quarter, and I get to travel around in my job. And I'm continuing to grow and to thrive. And the career that I have is different than the career that I had when I started. And I was like, oh my gosh, how often do I sit and realize I have it all?
And so my question for you is,
yes.
How? Well,
so that was the next question that I asked myself, because I knew that I was going to be here. How? Because you see so many people are like 5 steps to manifestation, or we've been focused a lot on the how. And the truth of the how is that I just became more and more authentically who I am. I started to strip away the crap that told me that I was less than. I started to strip away all of the conditioning of who I had been told I was supposed to be or who I was, and started to really get to know me. The magic happens in the classroom. I was taking classes and I was committed. I was just committed to that discovery. And so did I knowingly manifest each and everything? Was I focused? Did I say, this is the job and I'm going to remember the future of this job that I'm going to have? No, I didn't do any of that. It's just the more that I became me and started living from that truth of me and started leaning into love only and remembering who I am and forgiveness, the world was my oyster. And I started to just naturally attract this world, this life that's beyond anything. And it's not about I make a lot of money and I have an amazing house, but when I looked at it all, it was like, that wasn't it. It was the people. I have people like Eric that I can call. I manifested the most amazing spiritual mind to call when I forget who I am, when my tushy's falling off. And I'm surrounded by that. You don't let me forget who I am for very long.
Not for very long.
Not for very long. Sometimes I'm like, man, and then I'm like, he'll turn it around and be, but I'd invite you to look at this way, and I was like, I gotta go.
So what I hear ultimately is, so often in our society, it's all about the do. Do. But the recognition of the me from the being. So it's really you being who you are, the consciousness of who you are, and how that feeds and fuels and informs everything that you do.
Everything.
And from that, then you have. So it's really me, be, do, have.
Yeah, because I made different job choices because the old me would have been like, no, I'm stuck. I felt stuck in the job that I was in. The old me saw no way out. But as I started to evolve, possibility opened up. And then when an opportunity, the first job that I took doing what I do now, I took a pay cut. The old me would have never taken a pay cut. in order to take it. And now I make 3 times what I made in the old job that I was doing. But it's as I be, I get to do and I get to have.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
To me, that is manifesting.
That is manifesting.
Would you like to lead us in our affirmation?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Okay, if you're really passionate, you don't have to stand. So everybody just raise your vibration. Let's hear a woo! Okay, that feels like sitting energy. You guys get to sit. You earned it. Okay, I'll say it once and then we'll say it together. Ready? I vibrate at the highest level of manifestation. Ready? I vibrate at the highest level of manifestation. Woo! They even had jazz hands.
That was good.
Who says you have to stand?
And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you. Like I said, a Gerber daisy, a rose, some thorns. But there is wisdom and there's beauty, and it opens up, and from the bud that into the bloom. And it's amazing to watch you continue to open and unfold and bloom into a more beautiful and beautiful flower. Okay, so I thought I would look at, as she was saying, the theme is manifest, and we've been talking a lot over the course of the month about manifest as if manifestation. But I thought I'd look at just a couple other brief interpretations of that word, since it is the theme of the month. Manifest destiny. Anyone hear of that term or phrase? Manifest destiny. So this is a picture called American Progress, painted in 1872. And the woman, the angel, the force of light represents America. And you see her moving across the picture from the light into the darkness, bringing a coil of telegraph wire through communication, bringing light to the dark savages of the West. And so the concept, divine manifest destiny, was a 19th century doctrine and belief that expansion of the United States across North America continent was both justified and inevitable, allotted by providence, given by God or a higher power. That was the 19th century. And not to get political, but it is interesting, as we were doing, like, these are interesting times right now. Manifest destiny now perhaps could be interpreted ideological or economic expansion to restore perceived past greatness and assert the global position of the United States in today's global order. I don't mean, that has nothing to do with politics whatsoever. Just for me, like, what is the word manifest? From that perspective, how does that relate in today's context? But then also, what I find interesting is destiny. As religious scientists, as metaphysicians, I think it's interesting to ask ourselves, like, what is your take on destiny? Is it a pre-willed, preordained thing, like my destiny? Or we create our own destiny? What I love about this philosophy is we don't teach you what to think, we teach you how to think. Or certainly offer the invitation to perhaps think differently. So destiny, we have creative minds. Our thoughts and beliefs shape our reality, suggesting that destiny is co-created with and by our consciousness. Potentiality, especially as we're moving into Dr. James and the teachings here at the Global Truth Center, really stepping into quantum mechanics and really understanding the science of today and what that means. So potentiality, quantum theory, posits that multiple outcomes exist. Destiny is only one of many possibilities that we can manifest. And intention, setting clear intentions, aligns our energy with desired outcomes, guiding our journey towards destiny. So our intentions, our thoughts, our actions will move us towards our manifest destiny. And vibrational alignment, our emotional and vibrational state attracts experiences that resonate with our inner beliefs about destiny. One of the interesting things about this philosophy also is the concept of malpractice. To do no harm. We can create the most wonderful, glorious lives for our individual with the intention of do no harm, I've just lost my train of thought, but previous concept of manifest destiny, there were a lot of cultures that were taken over. The Native Americans were pushed from their lands by the name or the cause of one person's destiny ordained by God. It did harm for many cultures. And yet, there was the expansion, there was the growth. Life is about growth, life is about expansion. For me, I like to sit with how can I experience growth and expansion while loving only, by forgiving everything and remembering who I am and who everyone else is as we expand outward. Another word, manifesto, derivative of the word manifest. What is a manifesto? A written statement outlining what a person or group stands for and how they plan to affect change. Now I'll go through this next part quickly because I don't want it to be like a boring history lesson, but I am going back to almost 100 years, writing of Dr. Ernest Holmes. Declaration of Principles as written by Dr. Ernest Holmes, October 1927. So the invitation right here is, this is for this philosophy, tenets, doctrine, a manifesto. It's stating this is what we believe. The invitation right now is, as I read through them, see how it resonates for you today. And we all create our own manifest destiny. So for some people, this may still really resonate really loud and strong. And for others, there may be a realizing, oh, this doesn't settle in as much as it once did. But in the spirit of manifest, we believe in God, the living spirit almighty, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. This one manifests itself in and through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. The manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. We believe in the individualization of the Spirit in us, and that all people are individualizations of that one Spirit. We believe in the eternality and the immortality and the continuity of the individual soul, forever and ever expanding. We believe that heaven is within us and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. We believe the ultimate goal of life is to be a complete emancipation from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all. We believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. We believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence. We believe in the direct revelation of truth through our intuitive and spiritual nature, and that anyone may become a revealer of truth who lives in close contact with the indwelling God. We believe that the universal spirit, which is God, operates through a universal mind, which is the law of God, and that we are surrounded by this creative mind, which receives the direct impress of our thoughts and acts upon it. We believe in the healing of the sick and the control of conditions through the power of this mind. We believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all. We believe in our soul, our own spirit, and our own destiny, for we understand that the life of all is God. And finally, we believe the ultimate goal to life to be a complete emancipation from, this is a repeat, all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all. That was 1927. I guess I'd go back to the question, how do you feel about that? The invitation, again, this isn't a philosophy to teach you what to think, but how to think. And more importantly, what do I resonate and what don't I resonate with? And finally, throw in another concept, flight manifest. So a flight manifest is something referred to as a passenger manifest or a passenger list. It's a document that contains important information about passengers and a crew of the flight. So this flight through life that we are on, this mind that we have control of, that we have volition, what's the manifest? Who are the passengers in your mind? How many of those passengers love only? And who are those passengers that really have a difficult time forgiving? Who are the passengers that are a little child who didn't feel loved? Who has passengers of, I failed at a business, I failed at a marriage, I'm not worthy. They're all different kinds of passengers that go on the dialogue, this manifest in our mind. I'd also venture to say there are these passengers like, I am so phenomenally successful and happy and talented and brave and beautiful and gorgeous. Where are they seated in the plane? Unfortunately, some of them are the cargo holds. And where do they belong? The first class, front of the plane. You know, I'm a big fan of the law of polarity. Yeah. It's not one or the other. It's not the duality. It's the and. So everything is both. Wonderful and terrible. Boring and exciting. It's okay that it's both. Obvious and hidden, simple and complicated. What a relief that everything can be both. Light and dark, celebratory, melancholy. Which do you choose? All of it. Is there a seat for everyone on this plane? Will there be turbulence? Maybe, yeah. And will there be smooth sailing at times as well? So who's the pilot of your mind? You are. God spoke today in flowers, and I, who was waiting for words, almost missed the conversation. So we're going to do one more short experiential. I invite you to close your eyes. I'm going to invite you into a field of wildflowers. And I'm going to have my partner Jason come up. I'm going to guide you into a brief visualization, and then from there, Jason will take you a little deeper. So I invite you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And imagine walking into this beautiful field of flowers. Every color, bright, radiant. The sun beaming down. It's warm, it's gentle, it's familiar. As you walk through the fields, you find a little stream, which is very calm, and you follow that stream, and it ends in a pond. And you notice from across the pond, there's someone familiar. Who is that? So you walk a little closer, and you bend down, and you see this little child skipping rocks into the pond with a smile on his or her face, with a gleam in their eye, knowing that all things are possible. In that instant, you can feel that that child knows that all things are possible. As you watch that child and you see the reflection of that beautiful, innocent, curious child reflect in the still pond, you see someone else off to the side. As you look to him, that person looks familiar. Can't quite place it until you realize that that's me, but 20 years from now. This is my future self. That person that is wise, that's lived through life, that has so much to share. And you see that person walking towards you, and he grabs your hand. As you grab the other child's hand, knowing that together all things are possible. And take a deep breath and hold. And release.
I'm trying to hold my breath. Let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. You set out a dream in me, getting louder now. Can you hear it echoing? Take my hand. Will you share this with me? 'Cause darling, without you, all the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal in the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are just too little. These hands will hold the world, but it'll never be enough, never be enough.
Allow me to introduce Jason Wright. And it's been many years since he's held a microphone. And I'm so grateful that he said yes for me. Thank you. So me, talk a lot about me. We've talked about here, me meaning the mental equivalent. But also the me as in my individualized hopes and desires and wishes. That song's from The Greatest Showman. I'm sure many of you may have heard it before. And it's sung in the movie by the character Jenny Lind, world famous opera singer. She was the biggest, she was the brightest. Towers of gold couldn't shine to what she was. The desire to be the best in the world. But then there was a longing as well. Because all that longing for the accolades, for the fame, for the fortune, for the expectation and the acceptance of someone else, something outside of her, created a longing. Was she enough? Are you enough? Or are you too much? The title of my talk is, Which Side of Enough is Enough? Kind of this journey. Seems like for me, it's been a journey to know my enoughness. How I've put my value to myself, or for other people. Sometimes it feels like it's been an upward climb. Sometimes it's an adventure. But sometimes I really went through much of my life feeling that I was on the wrong side of enough. Not enough. And I would venture to say, not enough would echo through many of these ears, many of these hearts, and it may take on many different interpretations. But then there's the other side of, I want more. When going back to a little bit of physics, the Newtonian physics, where there's a finite amount of material, there's a finite amount of money, there's a finite amount of time. That's a really easy perspective and to feel not enough of. But then we move to the quantum realm, where there's this infinite field of potentiality, an infinite field of potential. The God stuff, the God particles. All things are possible. In fact, all things are present and right here, right now. It's not even possible. You can never have more than enough because you're dealing in the field of the infinite. The challenge today is, for me, how do I find that space right in between of just being enough? So before I was talking about church and state, Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, I realized that there was one other gospel that I forgot about. Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, or was it Jim? So the gospel according to Jim, and I'll move through this quickly. Oh yeah, Jim Carrey. I'm not sure how many people are aware, many of us know his films, The Mask, Ace Ventura, The Truman Show, many different movies, Dumb and Dumber. But he's also a phenomenal manifester, a phenomenal metaphysician. And there's that story when he was young and broke and didn't have a career, but his father believed in him. His family supported him, but he didn't have a dime. So he wrote himself a check, payable to himself for $10 million, payable for acting services rendered. And he dated that check like 3 years ahead at Thanksgiving of that year. And he put it in his pocket and he kept it. And every single day he'd drive up to the top of Mulholland Drive at sunset and he'd look at the check. And he'd take in the sunset. It's like that field of flowers, getting into that field of possibility that Rumi talks about. And he did it. His conviction was so strong and he was so persistent. He says, visualization, manifesting is not easy work. You don't just I'm going to visualize and then go have a sandwich. You got to do the work. You've got to be consistent. How deep is my faith? How deep do I believe what is mine to achieve? You can fail at what you don't want. So you might as well take a chance and do what you love. I think everyone should get rich and famous and do everything they ever dreamed of so they can see that that is not the answer. Jenny Lin, all the fame, all the fortune wasn't enough. She was on one end of the enoughness. How do you get back to enough? How do you find your equanimity, that perfect balance where you're all of it, but it's not too much, it's not too little? If you're not in the moment, you're either looking forward to uncertainty or back to pain and regret. As far as I can tell, it's just about letting the universe know what you want and then working towards it, while letting go of how it's come to pass. So what do you want? Are you clear of what you want? My soul is not contained within the limits of my body. My body is confined within the limitless of my soul. The effect you have on others is the most valuable currency there is. How wealthy are you? In this room, I see a lot of prosperity, a lot of abundance, a lot of good to be done that's being done in the world. Because it's what you do, but it's who you are as you do everything out in the world. Consider the flowers. They don't try to look right. They just open their petals and turn to the light. So that check that he wrote, $10 million, that he had in his wallet, it was worn and torn through right before Thanksgiving of the year that he dated on that check. He just signed a contract for, I think it was Dumb and Dumber, and he was paid $10 million. He was so convinced for that. He was so appreciative. He actually, when his father passed away, that check got buried with his father in the casket. How deep do you believe? Jim Carrey believed he deserved to be at the front of the plane, and he would not let go of that. God spoke today in flowers, and I, who was waiting on words, almost missed the conversation. Go pick some flowers. Put together a most beautiful bouquet. Celebrate yourself. Be seen, be smelled. Give them away. Give your life energy away. Do you believe in peace? In the world we live in today, I believe peace is possible. I believe world peace is possible right here, right now. Because it's an inside job. There's one other gospel that actually Jason shared with me. It's from this guy named Al-Anon. I know enough, I am enough, and enough is enough. Enough is enough. It's time to stop playing small. It's time to move to the front of the plane. It's time to experience peace and prosperity in our hearts and then in our lives and in our congregation, our community, and the world. Have a beautiful day. Go smell some flowers. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And in the spirit of that, we're going to move into our giving segment. If you have flowers that you'd like to put in the basket, by all means. And I'll pass it on to you.
Well, it's one for all of us, because we all know these words and these movements.
Choreography, folks. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful. So grateful for this community. So grateful for this opportunity to be steeped in the message, to know who I am so clearly, to understand the law of reciprocity, that the gifts in this basket are energy and action, recognizing that the consciousness that we are, that each of us is, goes into this basket in the form of money and sends ripples of love and flowers and God speaking out into the world. I stand in gratitude for this community who reminds me who I am each and every Sunday and beyond. Grateful for Dr. Eric and all the wisdom. I just allow it to be so in this gratitude, in this love, in this abundance, as together we say, and so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 I'm so
Good morning. It's Sunday, June 29th, and here are your GTC announcements. Join us on Friday, July 11th for a staged reading of Dr. James's play, An Unfinished Song. This reading will take place here in Westlake Village, and you can get your tickets now on our website or see Dr. Thor today after service. The following day, you can kick off your summer with us on Saturday, July 12th with a pool party and barbecue hosted at the home of Dr. James and Kevin Bailey. This Divine Dining event is now available for sign-up. Again, you'll find the link on our calendar page or stop by the practitioner table after service. Finally, we always appreciate your donations to Manna, the local food bank here in Conejo Valley. Please consider bringing in unopened, non-perishable food items on Sundays and leaving them in the container as you arrive. As always, thanks for your generosity in giving. You can always find out what's going on and make a donation using the QR code you'll find on the back of our monthly theme cards. Use the camera on your smartphone and you'll go right to the calendar and donation pages on our website. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Thank you, Thor. Thank you, Glenda, for your work with the food bank and your consistency and the help of everyone, your contributions. But I appreciate you stepping in and out into the world in that way. We will have Consciousness on Demand after service. Caressa will be in the living room. And Craig Lincoln will be downstairs next to the office. So Consciousness on Demand, a really beautiful service opportunity. So two brilliant minds. If something is going on in your life, something got stirred within you in the service today, it's a great opportunity to sit down with them and let them know the truth for you. Okay? And I know Kevin wanted to speak about...
Just a couple quick things.
Yeah.
First of all, thank you for making sure that Jason keeps drinking the Kool-Aid. I hope he comes and sings again with us very soon. So, awesome. And he sounded like that at about 8:30 this morning, too, so I don't know what time he woke up today, but that was unbelievable. All right, the two fun things coming up. I was going to say Sissy Boy. Unfinished Song. So this is the first musical that Dr. James wrote like almost 40 years ago. And it's going to be a great, fun Friday night. He and I will reprise the two roles that brought us together in one sense. In our current age, we'll be playing our late 20s and 30-year-old selves. So it'll be sort of a throwback joke, if you will. And we are joined by three of our great friends, Donna Meller, who many of you have seen over the years, and also on this stage, the incredible Anastasia Barzi, who, if you saw the last version of Bells we did in La Mirada, some of you did, she will be joining us, as well as the incredible Jason Graw. So it's going to be a great Friday night here. We will do the entire musical, accompanied by the incredible Robbie Gilman. So it's an evening, it's a full evening. It starts a little bit earlier. I think we're starting at like 7 o'clock because it's a 2.5-hour show. And we're going to do the whole dang musical right here on stage. So it's going to be a blast. And then the very next day, I don't know what we were thinking, will be our pool party. Which will be always, it's a great time. It's unlimited. Please sign up. We'll just, you got a couple weeks yet to sign up. But we always... please come to that because it is just a blast to have you all at our house for the kickoff to the holiday weekend or the holiday summer. So whatever. Okay.
Thank you, Kevin. All right, and Shauna and the kids, come on up. Welcome. Hi. Let me get a microphone for... Would you like to tell us what you all did today?
Hello.
Hi.
Today we focused on the light within and how we all have one and how we can't see it, but we can feel it, and we can feel it in our hearts, and it guides us, and we can do things to make it brighter, like focusing on joy and love and really connecting in with that inner light that we all have. And then we made a sculpture out of clay to represent our inner light, and that was whatever they wanted to make.
The colored ones were like slime. It does not feel good.
Oh yeah, we had a clay that was colored and it was slimy, so that didn't work. We threw that away. But we did talk about what our light, what color it feels like. Everybody felt into that and talked about
it. What color was your light?
I think it was orange.
Orange?
Yes, it was orange. And then what it felt like. And then what shape it might be. So really felt into that before we did the art project.
I chose the square because I feel like each side is protected.
Charlotte made a very sparkly piece of clay. She had a really good time putting sparkles in it. Yeah, and that represents her sparkly self inside.
She also put googly eyes on it.
And googly eyes. Does anybody else want to share?
I made like the base. It was supposed to be an eye, but then I kind of took creative liberty and I started putting like a snake and I put a dragon because I thought that those kind of resonated with me.
Cool.
Yeah, you actually said her color was green and she felt like a wolf inside, which is very powerful. Do you guys want to share anything?
I can. Okay. So I made a Saturn cow, which I really love. It's called La Vaca, and it's from this thing called Italian brain rot. And there's like a lot of things, and like what it is like AI images that are mixed with like cows. So like it's like a fridge mixed with a camel, or like an orangutan mixed with a pineapple.
But how does this represent your inner light?
I love it a lot.
Okay, so that's it.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. Yes. Okay, Carissa will be in the meditation room for COD. So invite the singers back up. Robbie, if I can have some nice music. Perfect. So I stand here in, once again, gratitude, in love, in celebration. I'm so grateful to have been graced by the talent and the musicians. A special thank you to Jason for bringing his genius and talent to us. I'm very grateful. I'm grateful to know that I manifest my destiny. I know that there is a great creative intelligence and a power within and as each and every one of us, and that we come here each week to shine it a little brighter, a little warmer, a little wider, and that this light goes out into the world and manifests peace, manifests vitality, prosperity, all the wondrous things that each of us deserve. And so with that, once again, I say thank you, and once again, thank you. I'm grateful to love only, to try to forgive everything, but most importantly, to remember who I am. Namaste. Take us out.
I love it. Beautiful one. Ow! I feel good. Hey, I knew that I would now. I feel good. Oh, yeah. I knew that I would now. I feel so good. So good. I got you. And I feel nice. Hey, like sugar and spice. I feel nice. Oh, yeah. Like sugar and spice. I feel so nice. So nice. I got you. Let's dance. When I hold you in my arms, my love can do you no harm. And when I hold you in my arms, yeah, your love can do me no harm. I feel nice like sugar and spice. I said I feel nice, oh yeah, like sugar and spice. I feel so nice. I got you, and I feel so good, so good. I got you, so good, so good. I got you. guys. Have a great Sunday. Right on.